What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to go over a bunch of different rumors for Scream 7. We are back again, and these things just don't seem to let up. So what I want to do is talk about one thing that was, I guess more like confirmation. We had Scott Foley talking about Roman and talking one specific kind of line that he said is something I want to discuss in this video, and then just a boatload of, actual rumors. So let's start with Scott. So he was on Live with Mark and Kelly, which is funny because I believe Mark, right? He's actually going to be in the movie himself, so it's funny that both of them were in it. But he talks about kind of this experience of coming back, right? And, that's cool, and I like to hear those things because they are interesting tales. But the two kind of standouts would be, number one, he talks about how it's a small part. He talks about Kevin Williamson wanted him back as a small part. And then he talked about how, he kind of thought it was a little strange, right? Because he died. And the way he says it very much makes it sound like, okay, he's dead. He's staying dead. This is not him kind of being resurrected back to life. Now, it's not 10,000% sure there, but that's where it leans to. But that small part is something that I caught just immediately, when he said it and thought, okay, again, this is a character that is for sure dead. Unlike Stu, which could really be like a 50-50. Now, I think it's more like 20-80, 20% he's alive, 80% he's dead. But unlike Stu, as we've talked about, right, with Roman, Jill's a little bit different too. But specifically, say the two we know, right? We know Roman and we know Stu. Of those two, there's only one that's for sure dead. And it's the one that got shot, through the head, and that's him. So it's not surprising that it's a small part, but I think it's just more kind of confirmation that, okay, he's not back alive, so why would Roman be back? Well, as we've talked about, we'll keep it kind of short because we've said it so many times. In my belief, it's either one of the two or both of they're going to show the original killing of Maureen Prescott, right? And or there's going to be like an AI deepfake type situation going on where the killer is going to try to make Sydney believe that the killers of the past are actually back. Now, again, we've talked about this before, so I won't stay on it too long, but you got to be careful with that because, again, as I keep saying with these killers, only a couple of them could you ever make a point to say that they are actually alive, right? You could only really get away with Jill, and I think you could get away with her quite okay, and then Stu, and it would be a little bit more of a reach, right? But pretty much any other Ghostface killer, you would really be reaching to even try to fool somebody into thinking that they're alive. And the thing is, you're trying to fool Sydney, who has taken out most of these people herself, or seen them be taken out in front of her, right? So you do have to be careful, I think, with the deepfake thing, specifically of Roman, because it's if you push too hard and you say, oh, he could be back, who is really going to believe it? Now, Stu is different. Stu, you actually could really push that there is this cult of Stu, and he's back, and at the end, you say, oh, that was just AI, that was a deepfake. I think that's actually what they're going to do, by the way, but with Roman, you can't really do that. Okay, so sticking with this, what I want to do, I want to talk about what could be potential spoiler, rumors in these movies could be potential spoilers. I don't want to go too far, so I'm going to kind of hand select these rumors that I saw, and to be honest with you, I kind of wish I didn't see all of them, but we're stuck in this world that we live in, so I did see them all, and, does it give some stuff away? It doesn't give, the most major things away of all time, but it does give a little away, so just going to kind of warn you, this will give a little away potentially, but not all the way, because I'm going to kind of hold back on certain rumors that I saw online, okay? So number one from Scream News, Stu Macher, Matthew Lillard, has more than just a cameo. His presence plays a significant role in the film. And then from Cine Stealth or Sin Stealth, I don't actually know how to say that name, more Scream 7 rumors. I'm going to jump through. I'm not going to show you guys all of them. I'm also not going to say all of them. Chad may be in a wheelchair or using a cane, possibly in or recently released from a rehab facility. Gail has a public scandal involving another reporter, a man who she assaults on camera. One kill is rumored to be somebody strangled with their own intestines. We'll wrap up some loose threads from 5 Cream and 6. Possible Heather Matarazzo return as well. Karen in Sydney's neighborhood causes drama, gets in an altercation with Sid and the husband. Sydney gets called an angel of death again, unsure if it's by the neighborhood Karen. Scenes at a psych hospital involving a search for records by either Gail or the male reporter, plus an escaped mental patient, possibly the crazy stalker. Sequence with Ghostface or Ghostfaces going back and forth between two houses, toying with victims. Sounds similar to Scream 4. Something's up with Hayden Panettiere's lack of involvement. May or may not elaborate later. Sydney will be upset about the upcoming anniversary of her mother's death. I know there's talk of a time jump, but I heard a 30-year anniversary, so once again, these are all rumors. Treat them as such. So I'm pretty excited about those. Again, there's a few more that I kind of wanted to leave away from the video. I think they do kind of get a little bit into like, okay, well, now you're expecting certain things. Even that kill one, I don't know, kind of 50-50. Maybe I shouldn't have even said it, but like, if you know how somebody's going to be taken out, then you're kind of like waiting for that moment. Or if you see something in the trailer, then you can kind of piece it together. So, I'm trying to be careful. I also, like I said, I kind of walked into that. I think somebody maybe tweeted it and retweeted it, and then I saw it on my feed because I don't follow them. So it's like, oh shoot, but it's okay. It is what it is. But no, I mean the Matthew Lillard thing again, I think honestly just reinforces what I keep saying, right? This AI deepfake thing. But with him, it's probably more like you're gonna try to push that he's alive and that he actually won't be, or he could be, or he actually could be. That would be something that you really have to do a really good job of hiding, though. You know what I mean? So that one's tough. And then the rest of it is the rest of it. Tying it into the 30th anniversary of her mom very much seems like an opportunity, by the way, to go back to the very beginning, as we've talked about. It seems like there's kind of a theme there. The Angel of Death thing I really like. The Ghostface, like two different houses. I thought that was one of the more clever sequences, not just in Scream 4, but also like just in general, right? Like being in the closet, but not that closet. It was a really, really cool sequence. Chad being, in a wheelchair or a cane is interesting. You kind of have to do that, right? Almost like a Dewey thing where you have to show some sort of repercussion to all those injuries. You do not get stabbed, even if you somehow, as he did twice, miraculously survive, right? Those things are going to kind of stick with you. You cut through so much stuff, I imagine. I haven't done it myself or had it done to me, but you have a lot of stuff done to you when you get stabbed as freaking many times as Chad did. So there should be some sort of tearing issue or, permanent damage. A nerve might have been hit, some skin might have been ripped, or a muscle, a tear or a pull or whatever. So yeah, that makes sense as well. So pretty darn cool. Overall, pretty cool, as we keep talking about. I mean, the stuff doesn't stop. We're getting a lot of rumors, and I don't need to hear all of it. Again, there's some stuff that I wish I kind of didn't hear. And even stuff with like Stu and Roman, like honestly, at the end of the day, I really would have, and that's not even a rumor, like Deadline, Variety, like they just outright said, hey, they're back, right? It's something that Scream and Paramount and Spyglass, they want you to know that. And I mean, I get it. It certainly probably helps them, but at the same time, it's like, could you imagine if you just saw freaking Matthew Lillard in Scream 7 and there was no trailer lead into that, and there was no, or even the trailer showed it and we didn't know that until the trailer? I mean, that would be freaking unreal. But again, they do what they do. I would have preferred to hold some things back, but that's not what they did. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.